What's happening, my friends? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. Let's talk fashion, hashtag JBT. Melanin Queen 27. Salute to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cat Sports, the Box Storian. Today, the life and career of Mark Madal. And you know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's the Box Storian, bringing you all that boxing history. Boxing is the greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. How's everyone? Wednesday afternoon, Pump Day edition of Cat Sports, the Box Storian. Today's show came out of the chat. It's Wednesday. Brought to you by Mike Mazik. It's going to be a short one. Short profile on Mark Madal out of New Jersey. He was the first International Boxing Federation champion at junior welterweight. 1984. The IBF was just coming around. You know, we had the WBA, WBC. IBF was the third of the big four. WBO wasn't around yet. And Mark Madal was the first IBF junior welterweight champion. And then after that, it's just going to be like 20 minutes or so. We're going to do the boxing lingo. I think I did that. Might have been last year, but you know, all the different terminology we use, you know, in boxing. We're going to go over that today. Let's talk fashion this morning. And Casual's Corner was off the chain, man. They did John the Beast Mugabe against Hard Rock. What was his name? Thomas Hill in the building. What's up, T Hill? Well, I can't think of the other guy's name. I know his nickname was Hard Rock, but it was a very good fight. You know, the Beast came in with 100% knockout rate, and he kept it. He got his knockout in the 10th round. But man, the Beast was in big trouble earlier in that fight. What's up, T Hill? Put it in there, T Hill, the other guy's name. What was Hard Rock's name? I don't know why I can't think of it. I just got finished watching it on Let's Talk Fashion. Not Let's Talk Fashion, the casual, but another fire Let's Talk Fashion out there too this morning. About there at 10 a.m. If you haven't seen it, check it out. At that fire segment. Is it fashion or is it clash? And right now it's Cat Sports, the Box Storian. And yeah, you remember we got 5 cards this weekend. We got 3 Friday, and we got 2 Saturday. And the big one is Anthony Joshua and Daniel. Is it Dubois or is it Du Bois? I just say Daniel D. AJ versus Daniel D. That's Saturday. And Jaime Munguia fights Friday, I think, from Arizona. That is a great card. Got Richard Torres, young heavyweight, and it's got Emiliano Vargas on it. Yeah, James Green. Thank you, T Hill. James Hard Rock Green. Right, that was a great fight, man. Enjoyed myself thoroughly over there. Because I've been missing it. I didn't know he was putting it down like that with those historic fights. Had the great commentary from back in the day where they calling what's really happening in the ring. Al Booger in the building. What's up, Al Booger? Now, tomorrow, the Boxing in the States series continues with Kansas, and a pretty good show. Kansas has a pretty good history in boxing. Golden Gloves was big there. They had integrated Golden Gloves before any other state in Kansas. They did when all the other states was, they would in the amateurs. They had segregated fights in the Golden Gloves. Kansas was integrated way back in the 30s. Yeah, we're gonna find out about it tomorrow, and we're gonna close the week off for with the profile. This week is SOG, Life and Career of Andre Ward. Coach Kenny Ellis gave that referral. Wow, he wasn't in there. Maybe he was listening. Okay, yeah, but it was a great show. Thank you, Coach Kenny Ellis. So we got full day now, every day almost. And Wednesdays and Fridays are our best days. But we've been getting Casuals Corner at 12 every day. Wednesday we got the Let's Talk Fashion at 10 a.m. And then Fridays we got the Casuals at 10 a.m. So we're trying to get every day like that, 6:30, EVO Boxing TV with Crush the Legend. 8 a.m. Jay Hardcore is in the Hangout. 2 p.m. is Cash Sports. 4 p.m. Just Do Boxing. 8 o'clock Monday through Thursday is EVO Boxing TV, and then the Rise Podcast. That's regular lineup for most days every week. Friday night, Wednesday we have Let's Talk Fashion at 10 a.m. added to the lineup, and Fridays we have a couple of shows added. The regular lineup then at 10 a.m. is the Casuals with Remo and Aunt McQueen, and then at 8 p.m. BVO is replaced by the Friday Night Hangout. You know about that, and then we got the Angry White Men at 10 p.m. closing it down. William Old School Rant and D1. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more in the building. What's up, Bruce Gas? We got a little short profile. What to you about Mike Mazik today? Mark Medall. And then we're going to talk about some boxing terminology, some of these terms we use in the sport, like ring apron and accidental butt, alphabet groups, sanctioning bodies, below the belt, bob and weave, all those kind of words. We're gonna go over all the words we use and what they mean. Got some pictures of some of them. Yeah. Boxing Talk with Banky and Jay Hardcore. Hashtag TBP. Hashtag JBT. 2 heavyweight organizations there. Friday show today too. I just came from over there listening. I was finishing up this because we got I got some pictures with the boxing lingo part. Because like I said, the profile is going to be short on Mark Medall, Couldn't find a whole lot on him. But he did fight Tommy Hearns, yeah. And like I was telling you, he was the first IBF junior welterweight champion, 1984. Mm-hmm. They were just coming around then, yeah. And he was the first one at junior welterweight. He lost it in his very first defense, though. But he had it. And then he fought Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns stopped him. Yeah. So we're going to talk about him for a little while. And that boxing lingo going to take us on out. We're going to get some link time. What happened to you yesterday, T Hill? I finally got the link right. Remo came up. I believe you had left out. Yeah. Yeah, he was a cop, Bruce. But guess what happened? He got into some trouble. Selling a controlled substance, got indicted, and the police force fired him. Yeah. Yep. He was a cop, Bruce. And yeah, he got indicted for possession of a controlled, dangerous substance. Selling it. We're going to get into it. Mm-hmm. I didn't really say too much about that part of it. But yeah, he was a cop. Mike Grimm in the building. What's up, Mike Grimm? How are you today, Mike? Lonnie, anybody still haven't seen Lonnie? I know Jay said he was okay. He was doing some other things. But wow, he's taking a long break. Man, I couldn't stay away from boxing this long. I couldn't even make it through one day. I might miss a couple of shows. I can't even miss one whole day. I've been doing this since like the 70s, man. Not in this deep, because we had this YouTube part of it, but you know, I've been a fan since way back then. My first fight was the Thriller in Manila, Ali Frazier 3. So, you know, that being your first fight, I thought every fight was going to be like this. So I was kind of disappointed after I watched a couple after that. I was like, what happened? The way them two did each other, I was expecting that every fight. But yeah, he came in on that big golden era of the 70s. I say entire 70s, not just heavyweight, man, because, you know, majority of those guys that were champions in every division through the 70s are in the Hall of Fame, International Boxing Hall of Fame, man. You know, Roberto Duran came through there, 72 fights, 71 and 1. Who? I got somebody accidentally blocked. Who is that, Teal? No, I don't have Lonnie accidentally blocked. Jay said he was doing some other things. I haven't seen him in on anybody's shows lately. But I don't think so. Oh, you saw him on Just Du's show? Okay. Well, maybe he just kicked me to the curb, you know? I don't know. I don't think I have him accidentally blocked, but I'll find out. Very interesting. But yeah, the life and career of Mark Madall. So we might as well go ahead and get started since Lonnie ain't coming, because that's why I used to wait on 2:30 for Lonnie to show up, right? But how's everybody doing today? It's hump day. After today, everything's downhill to those 5 big cards. 3 Friday, 2 Saturday, and the big one from London, AJ versus Daniel D. You know, Daniel's sister Carolyn also is a boxer, yeah. I don't think she has a title yet. She's down there around junior welterweight, somewhere down there. Carolyn is, yeah. Pretty good female boxer. Yeah. We had having some fire shows all day. Started at 6:30 this morning, going all the way up to 9 p.m. tonight. Just boxing talk. Okay. Yeah. Okay, T Hill. Yeah. I will check. It's only one problem, T Hill. I don't know how to check. Okay. Put it in the chat. How do you check? Put it in there. Is it in there? Put it in the chat. Well, let's get ready to get started then. Start at 2:20 today. We're going to talk about Mark Madall out of New Jersey. And then we're going to talk about the boxing terminology. But first, let's see what our JBT spokesperson is talking about. Big Dre himself. Big Dre sent me a little introduction for Cast Sports. I haven't even got that on here yet. I have to call Jay Hardcore, let him talk me through it, because he got the other thing on here. He got this commercial on here for me. Told you, me and technology, we not in the same neighborhood, man. Okay? Sue me. But yeah, Big Dre is getting ready to tell y'all how to win some fabulous prizes. Okay, let me be quiet so I can get this thing on here. If I keep talking, we'll never see it.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the
That's
go.
right.
How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $JBT Network 1. That's $JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Kenichi Bear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT Network 1. $10 each or 3 for $25. Put raffle on the comment line and you are entered.
Here we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Get in because you still got a little over a month. No, you got less than a month because it's October the 12th. Right. Today is the 18th. And yeah, the JBT shows will be doing a joint show on that day, and the drawing will be done during that show. And we're not using the old time pull the names out of the hat thing. We got some big time technology going on. So, I don't have no idea how it's going to be done, but it's not going to be, if it was me, I would pull the names out of the hat. But me and all that big time technology people, we're going to have some kind of a thing where it's going to shoot the balls out of something. I don't know. But I will be there watching. I'm glad I don't have to put all those names out the hat. Okay? And write all of them down and cut all of them up. So yeah, we're going to be using some technology on this day. But have you got your ticket yet? Get the block of 25 because one person can win all 3 prizes. Okay? Yep. Oh man, Jay said he wanted to fry some fish in an air fryer today. Now I was wondering. Suppose the first place winner says, now that the Apple 10th generation iPad is supposed to be first. But suppose the first name out says, I want the headphones. Can they do that? They should have an option of which 3 they want, right? Whoever comes out first. Or do they have to take the iPad? That's something to think about. They should be able to have their choice of 3 prizes, right? Because it's really 3 first place prizes. All 3 of those. Or first place is strictly the Apple generation iPad, 10th generation iPad. Second is the Kenichi Bear headphones, and third is the air fryer. Because if I was in it and came out first, I would want the headphones. I would say whoever comes out second and third can have the. Now the iPad is a prize, but I would want the headphones. So that's something to think about, isn't it? Not unless the same person just come out all 3 times, and that solves that problem. They get all of them. And it could happen. Because Melanie Queen 27 and Mike Garner ain't playing. Okay. They got a few block 25. I ain't talking about 1, 2, or 3. I'm talking about a few of them. Okay. But we'll see what happens. It's a good point, ain't it, Al Booger? Yeah. Oh, other 2 are secondary. Okay, I see. Yeah. I see. But that was a good thought, wasn't it, Al Booger? Yeah. First place should get their choice. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thought. Mm-hmm. But we'll see what happens. But first of all, you got to get your get that $10 or block of 25 to get in. Get in first, then worry about that other, what prize you're gonna get. If you ain't in there, you ain't getting none of it no way. So ain't no use worrying about that. So get your ticket and get in the raffle. You still got about a month to do it. I don't open up a can of worms now. They says if they don't want the iPad, that should be fine. I'm going to say that maybe the windows have the bottle on the side. But first of all, get in it, okay? Because if you don't get in it, you ain't getting nothing. You got to play to win, right? Like the Maryland Lottery. You got to play to win. And man, even if you just get paid the $10, look what you're winning. Still come out good if you get the block of 25 and win one of them, But when we do that call, I'm getting in it. I don't care. I had to get out of the JBT temporarily till the raffle's over. That I'm getting in it for that call. I'll just get out of the JBT for about a month till the raffle's over. After I win the call, then I get back in. So I can say, yeah, I wasn't in the JBT when I won that call. Well, let's get ready to get started. We're going to do a short profile on Mark Medall, and then we're going to talk about boxing lingo today. Don't forget, tomorrow is the Boxing in the State series, Kansas. Pretty good boxing history. Muhammad Ali stopped through there after his career. He had Parkinson's then. It's a good little story about him in Kansas City and him and his wife, Lonnie. So that was his second wife, right, Lonnie? The one where he went to, it was in the Rumble in the Jungle fighting George Foreman. He left his wife home and took his girlfriend. And his wife saw him and his girlfriend on TV. She jumped on the next thing smoking and went over there. Bad move, Ali. You know damn well that every time you come outside, the camera going to be on you. So you should have left your girlfriend in the hotel, right? His wife seen him and his girlfriend on TV, and she got on the next thing leaving Louisville, Kentucky. Next thing Ali knows, she was over there. Yep. That was a sticky situation. I thought Ali was so smart. He was smart in the ring. I don't know about all of it, making a move like that. But that really happened. Yeah. True story. True scans to tell you. Yeah, him and his girlfriend was over there, and his wife saw him and his girlfriend on TV. And she came over there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then he eventually ended up marrying the girlfriend. And why would she marry him? So he can cheat on her? But let's get started. The life and career of Mark Medall. This is brought to you by Mark Mazik. He's not in here today, but yeah, he gave me the idea for this profile. It's just a little short. Okay. 229. I don't know why I do that. It's got to say 2:30. I'm superstitious. Something bad might happen if I start before 2:30. But everybody okay? Having a good day? A good week? We got another big fight coming up. We had Canelo last week. Now we got AJ and Daniel D. Mm-hmm. Cass out there arguing with our daughter. I don't get in that. When two people exactly alike can't get along. My name Bennett. I am not in that. Okay, it's 2:30. On the laptop say 2:29. I'm gonna go by the phone. The life and career of Mark Medall, right? Now, Mark Medall, he was a professional boxer who competed from 1979 to 1987. Now, he was a natural athlete with no boxing experience. He skipped the amateur level and he became a world champion in just 4.5 years. right? He ascribes his early success to being a quick study and learning from the best professional boxers around at that time, many of whom were his sparring partners in the early days, okay, including Bernard Hopkins, Davey Moore, Iran Barkley, Mark McPherson, and Kenny Styles. Yeah, he sparred with all those guys, man. You know, one day he looked up and B-Hop was walking in and he asked his manager, "What you trying to do, kill me?" You know? He was born on June 10th, 1957 in Manhattan, New York. But he lived and boxed out of Jersey City, New Jersey, okay, during his career. Now, he competed in the junior middleweight division, 154. His entire career stayed in that one weight class, okay? D1 from the Angry White Men, hashtag JBT. What's up, D1? Yeah, that's our podcast that when they first started, they took off like a rocket, man. Still up there in outer space, going full speed ahead. Him and William Old School and Rand, man. That thing is fire. Fridays at 10 p.m. If you haven't seen it yet, I don't know what's wrong with you. Friday at 10 p.m. I guarantee you. Your first Friday you watch it, you'll be back every Friday at 10 p.m. And that's how we close down that big Friday, isn't it? That's one of our biggest days. It is our biggest day, and that's how we close it down with the Angry White Men podcast. Salute, D1. Jarrell Hattie in the building. Salute, Jarrell. How are you today? We just doing a little profile on Mark Badal. I try to get ideas from people in the chat and on Wednesday's shows. So if you got any kind of historical show you want to see, Jarrell, or a profile, put it in the chat. Is it in there yet? Put it in the chat. It will be done. Next Wednesday is coming from D Free, a good one. It's going to be the most avoided fighters of all time. You know, I'll probably do make the murderers roll one little group, right? Hagler will probably make it. Winky Wright, Demetrius Andrade, yeah, the most avoided fighters of all time. Next Wednesday, don't miss that. But salute to D1 and Jarrell Hattie, just came in the building. Okay. Hey D1, I'm just telling the truth, man. That's all. You got a fire thing going on over there, you in Old School. Okay, where were we though? Yeah, Mark Badal. Fought at 154 his entire career. Yep. And he fought from the orthodox stance. He was 5 foot 11 inches tall, and he had a reach of 79 inches. Okay, not too bad. He had a total of 28 fights during his professional career. He won 24. He only lost 3. He had 1 draw, and he had 20 knockouts. You know me, I'm adding up the knockout rate right now. I should have had it done. That is a great knockout rate. 83%. By the time you get over 80, that's not bad at all. Yeah. And Mark did have a title. 83% knockout rate. And guess what? I'm so stupid. I already had it written down in my notes and then added it up again. 1 draw, 20 knockouts for an impressive knockout rate of 83%. That was already down there. My bad. Badal, he was a Puerto Rican American. He turned professional in 1979, okay? He made his debut on October 4th of that same year, 1979, against Hugo Fuat at the Felt Forum in New York City. He won a 4-rounder on points. His first fight, okay? I don't think I got Lonnie blocked. Damn. That would be something. How do you check? Only way I know how to check, the person got to be in here. You know me and technology. Yeah? But anyway, yeah, he won his first fight, a 4-rounder, okay, on points. Then after that first fight, okay, Come on, Miss Cass. Excuse me for a minute. They kind of lacked up. What's going on now? I think you got to yell a little bit. You got to yell a little bit. Man, you can't pick your family. You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. Okay, let me see. Where was it? Okay, yeah. He won his debut fight. He fought quite a few fights at the Felt Forum in New York City. That's the first time I heard of that. And 18 of his total. He had 28 total fights. 18 of them were held at the Felt Forum in New York City. New York, right? Now, he suffered his first loss in his fourth fight by a first-round TKO to Kevin Perry, March 4th, 1980, at the Armory in Elizabeth, New Jersey, okay? Then he reeled off 20 consecutive wins before losing again in 1984 to Carlos Santos. That winning streak included wins over Fernando Collazo, Frank Menego, Kevin Howard. I know y'all heard of Kevin Howard, and Earl Hargrove. He was a Cass Sports profile given to you by Mike Mazik a few months back. Yeah, Earl Hargrove. Then on March 11th, 1984, Madal became the inaugural International Boxing Federation champion. And that was a fight where he defeated Earl Hargrove, okay? There's Earl right there. Yep. He was the first person to win the junior middleweight IBF title. Fifth round technical knockout over Earl. This fight was at the Sands Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Okay, let's talk about that fight real quick. Now, the combined knockout, I told you about Madal's knockout percentage. The combined knockout percentage between Madal and Hargrove was 96%, right? And the fight was for the vacant IBF junior middleweight title. Now, when the Madal-Hargrove fight took place, Thomas Hearns held the WBC 154-pound title, and Roberto Duran had that WBA 154-pound title. That was all we had at that time. We had the WBA, WBC, and the IBF was just coming in. Didn't have the WBO yet, okay? And the IBF was vacant. They were fighting for it, the inaugural title. Now, Hargrove started to fight aggressively, fast, and attacked Madal's body with success. And Hargrove won the first 3 rounds on all 3 judges' scorecards. Now, Madal withstood the big punches of Hargrove during those first 3 rounds. And in the fourth, he began to land punches of his own. Hargrove returned to his corner at the end of the fourth round with a right eye that was badly cut. And he appeared to be hurt, right? And he was sent wobbling into the ropes early in round 5, courtesy of a Madal right hand. And Hargrove attempted to cover up while pinned against the ropes, but it was taking a pounding when the referee, Paul Venti, stopped the fight with 49 seconds left in round 5, right? And this fight was carried live on CBS. Just like when we was in Casual's Corner with Anton T. Hill. That was free. That on the Beast Mugabe, that fight was today, that would be $100 pay-per-view, man. That was free on NBC or Wide World of Sports, so one of them. Yes, it was. Okay. But, after he won that inaugural IBF title, he lost it to this guy. He lost the belt in his first defense, the very next fight, to Carlos Santos on November 2nd, 1984, by a 15-round unanimous decision. This fight was at the theater at Madison Square Garden in New York. Okay. Then, so this was just a little short one. Here's the Hitman. He fought the Hitman. Yeah. On June 23rd, 1986, Murdahl faced Thomas the Hitman Hearns for the World Boxing Council Junior Middleweight World Championship at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada, because Hearns still had the WBC, but Murdahl had lost the IBF, so it wasn't a unification fight. Okay, everybody hitting the like button. I had 2 new people in here for the first time yesterday. Guess what? Neither one of them subscribed. I wasn't here making comments and all. I just knew I had me 2 subscribers. Neither one subscribed, man. Why? I mean, if you don't like it, hit the down button. They probably didn't even hit the like button. That's crazy. You know? That is all good. He fought Thomas Hearns, Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada, 1986. Now, Murdahl was the #1 contender in the WBC rankings at that time, too. And the fight was shown on closed-circuit television as part of a triple hitter, which included, this wasn't a bad card, Barry McGuigan versus Steve Cruz, and Roberto Duran versus Robbie Sims. Hearns was an 11-1 favorite against Murdahl, okay? And Hearns made $900,000, and Murdahl got $75,000. I don't know why I'm all in their pocket like that. But there was a crowd of how many people was it? 10,200 people in attendance. The Hearns sent Murdahl to one knee with a right-left combination in the very first round. It was the only knockdown of the fight, though, because remember, Hearns came in 11-1, and when he did that knockdown in the first round, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that's it. This ain't gonna last long." But no, that was the only knockdown of the fight, and Murdahl went deep into the fight. It was scheduled for 12 rounds. Okay, but he got knocked down in the first round. It was the only knockdown. Hearns shook Murdahl several more times in the succeeding rounds and displayed a vicious body attack. And in the 8th round, referee Davey Pearl stopped the action so the ringside doctor could examine Murdahl, whose left thigh was swollen shut. I know you heard of him, Jay. Davey Pearl, referee. Yeah, pretty good referee. Now, the doctor took a good look at Murdahl and instructed the referee to stop the fight. And the fight against Murdahl was Hearns' last fight at 154 pounds. Several months after that fight, Hearns vacated the WBC super welterweight title. And the Hearns fight was the last fight of Murdahl's career. And it was his 3rd and final loss. And he ended his professional boxing career on November 27th, 1987, with a draw against Donald Thomas. Right? Yep, last fight was a draw. So this was a short one. We're going to get into some boxing lingo in a minute. And his last fight was a draw against Donald Thomas at the Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey. After his retirement from boxing at the age of 30, he became a member of the Jersey City Police Department, like Bruce Gass was saying. Yeah. In 2009, Murdahl was indicted and charged in conspiracy to possess controlled dangerous substances, which resulted in him losing his position as a police officer. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's all I have on Mark Murdahl. Okay, that's a little short one. Brought to you by Mike Massey. I haven't seen Mike yet today. So now we're going to get into some boxing lingo, okay? You know, like below the belt and peekaboo. Got him out of there. I made that one up. Come on, hold on now. talk to them about something going on down their house. I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, we're gonna get into some boxing lingo. Okay. How's everybody doing today? Sorry about the interruption. Like I said, you can't pick your family. Miss Cass ain't listening. Okay. Now, the sport of boxing has its own unique language. It's full of terminology that is so strong that much of it has become a part of everyday lingo. So we're gonna go through here and talk about some of this boxing lingo that we have. Anybody come in? Okay. And we're gonna get some link time today too. First, accidental butt. Okay. Now, it is ruled an accidental butt when two fighters' heads collide and the referee determines that neither fighter intentionally headbutted the other. Typically, both fighters are warned to be careful, but no fighter is penalized. Okay? We got a term called the alphabet groups. Okay? Alphabet groups. There they go. The big four alphabet groups. WBA, IBF, WBO, WBC. Earl Hargrove, we just talked about, was the first ever junior middleweight IBF champion, remember? Alphabet groups. This is a negative term used to describe the numerous sanctioning bodies of boxing. The WBC, WBA, WBO, etc., right? Because there are some other minor ones. Okay? Amateur boxing. Competitive boxing matches where neither participant is paid and most fighters are beginning to learn their craft. Okay? The apron. What is the apron? The apron. The section of a boxing ring canvas on the floor that extends outside of the ring ropes. See over there, look on the left, you can see the part that's extending outside the ropes. That's the apron. Okay? Usually be three judges and the pros sitting right there on the apron on three sides of the ring. That's why I know they cheating when they come up with them bad decisions, because they sitting right there. How could they give that fight to Conceição Allen and three of them sitting right there on the apron looking at it, right? I gave him 2 rounds and it was hard to find 2 rounds to give him, right? I looked at it again, still only gave him 2, trying to find rounds to give him. And they sitting right there. That's cheating, man. Plain and simple. But let's move on. The next term is backpedal. Okay? To retreat or move backwards, away from an opponent, while still facing him, all in an attempt to avoid an attack. To backpedal. Okay? Be first. When your coach tells you to be first, he or she is wanting you to throw your punches before your opponent. In other terms, they want you to be aggressive. Okay? Now, what is the bell? Type of gong used to signal the start and end of each round. Okay? Below the belt. Oh, well. My little name is hiding it, but you can see where it's on. That's way below the belt. You should have had a point taken for that one. That's intentional there. Below the belt. A punch that strays low, below the waistband of a boxer's trunks. And idea I had is, how in the amateurs they wear that white strip around the waist, so the referee knows anything below that white is low. Why don't the pros pick that up? That way the referee don't have to tell them when they stand in the middle getting instructions. These are high, so I'm gonna say that's low. No, everybody, that white belt is in the same section of everybody's body. You go below that, it's low. That's what the purpose of that is around the amateurs' waist. But the pros should use that, right? I think so. Bleeder. Okay. Everybody heard him say bleeder? The term bleeder in boxing. There's a bleeder. A boxer who gets cut easily. Okay. Blow by blow. A detailed description used by broadcasters to describe the action as it unfolds in the ring. And when I was listening to that fire commentary in the Casuals Corner earlier, that showed me how much I miss it from this nonsense we hear nowadays. You know, you listen to Tim Bradley and his boys, you know, you wonder if, am I on the wrong channel? Because their commentary is not what's going on in that ring. They have you switching the channel trying to find the fight they talking about. So yeah, that was fire in there in Casuals Corner this morning, man. They call exactly what's going on in the ring. Okay? Bob and weave. It's side to side and rolling movements that are used as defense to avoid punches. Heavyweight Joe Frazier is a classic example of someone who used the bob and weave defense to perfection. Yeah, Smoking Joe was great at the bob and weave, man. There's Mike Masick. Yeah, Mike, I did, yeah. Mark Madar lasted about 20 minutes. It was a good little short profile. We just finished. Yeah, that was brought to you by Mike Masick, yeah. He was their first ever International Boxing Federation champion at junior middleweight in '84 when they started that sanctioning body. He was 24, and what was his record? Y'all heard it? What was his record? Somebody tell me quick. First one, tell me when a laptop. A picture of one. Okay. Didn't I just read it? I got notes. Oh, here we go, right here. He won 20. He had 28 total fights. 24-3. 20 knockouts. 83% knockout rate. Fought the Hitman. He beat your other profile, Mike, to win the title, Earl Hargrove. Yeah. And they had a combined 96% knockout rate in that fight. 11-1 underdog against Hearns. Underdog against Hearns went down in the first round. And everybody said, yeah, it's going to be a blowout. But he lasted 8 rounds with Hearns. He got cut. They had to stop it. And became a police officer after his career, but he got charged with possession of a controlled dangerous substance and got fired. Yeah. But it was a nice little short profile. Appreciate you, Mike. And there's Just Do Boxing coming up at 4 p.m. Y'all know about Just Do, that balanced boxing talk. Can somebody check and see if I blocked Lonnie Lee? I wish Ant was in here. Ant could do it. Ant put my link in one day. Yes, he did. But where were we? Bob and weave. Yeah, Joe Frazier used the bob and weave defense to perfection. Okay? And now we're talking about some boxing terminology. We've done it before, but it was a while back. Everybody hadn't heard it. Next term is body work. Okay? Body work. Body work. Tomorrow is the Boxing in the State series, Kansas. Next week, in the matches with the legends, it's going to be Muhammad Ali. We might get our first undefeated one. You know, Muhammad. Yeah. Okay, but excuse me for a minute. Mike Masick and Just Do Boxing came into the building. It's getting to be a lot of people now. Might not be able to write everybody. Call everybody off at the end no more. Ain't that? I ain't got like 100 people and like Justin, Jay, and all them be having it. Not yet. Okay, body work is the next term. Yeah, he's going to the body. Body work is an offensive method of attack that is targeted towards an opponent's midsection with the intent of wearing him down or knocking the wind out of him or her, or getting their liver and into the fight. You know, get them in their liver, into the fight. Okay? Body work ain't just to wear them down. You get that liver punch in there, right? You ain't got to wear them down. It's over with. Nobody comes back from a liver punch. Nobody. Makes his bolo punch. This bolo punch. Typically used to distract an opponent, it is a punch that is thrown in a circular motion and is a hook combined with an uppercut. Bolo means machete in the Filipino language. Macario Flores was the first fighter to have reportedly used the punch, but it became more popular and is more commonly associated with Kid Gavilan and Sugar Ray Leonard. Bout, a word used to describe a boxing match. Whenever I see bout, I always just say fight. I always substitute fight for that. Brawler. This is a type of fighter who likes to exchange punches and relies on being aggressive and fighting on the inside. Okay? Break. This is a command used by a boxing referee to stop the action and separate the fighters. Okay? Canvas. Canvas. There's a canvas right there. It's a canvas. Now, although these days the ring flooring can also be vinyl, boxing rings were traditionally made from canvas. Canvas, not Kansas. That's Demar, Kansas. Canvas. And were called that. This is now a general term used to reference the floor of the boxing ring, okay? But a lot of rings now are vinyl. Card. This is the lineup of fights that are scheduled at any given boxing event. Catch weight. A term used to describe a fight where neither fighter adheres to a traditional weight division, but instead have agreed to a predetermined weight at which they will compete. Caught cold. Now, this is a term used to describe a boxer who gets hurt in the opening rounds or stopped early in the fight because he or she was not mentally or physically prepared or warmed up. I didn't know what that meant. I thought that meant you just got caught cold by a shot. I know it had nothing to do with not being warmed up. I told you I'm learning too. Challenger. A boxer who is scheduled to face a champion or the favorite fighter. Okay? Champion. Fighter who holds the title. Right? Check hook. There's a check hook. Check hook. A counterpunch designed to catch an aggressive fighter as he is moving forward on the attack. This punch is thrown like a traditional hook, but involves simultaneously stepping back and timing the opponent as he comes forward. Right? The old check hook. That's one of the best check hooks of all time there. The chief second. There's a chief second. Emanuel Stewart. This is the coach or trainer who is in charge of the corner. The chief second. Right? Emanuel Stewart was the chief second. That would be Calvin Ford in the case of the face of boxing. Also, him and Kenny are equally, important to that young man. Right? That's what part of the reason he's so good, that fire corner he got there. Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis. We're going to have the face of boxing coming up on the matchups versus the Legends too, so that would probably be a first undefeated one. I don't know if I can do Tank, because I probably can't do that one fairly. I would have Tank versus King Kong, Tank by knockout. But I'm going to still do it. I'm going to try to be unbiased. I'm going to try my best. So we got Tank coming up against the Legends. I'm going to try my best to be unbiased. I'm going to try. Clinch. I ain't saying I'm going to be, but I'm going to try. Clinch. A term used to describe when two fighters grab onto or hold each other to prevent an exchange or to slow the action. One fighter may also use this tactic when he is hurt to prevent absorbing additional punishment. Okay? the old combination. This is any series of punches thrown in succession, one right after the other, with no break in between. Yep, the combination. Contender. This is a qualified opponent who has worked his way up the ranks in order to challenge for the world title. Yep, contender. Corkscrew punch. This is a punch thrown in an overhand arcing motion that twists on impact and is intended to cause a cut. Yeah, we went over the corkscrew punch, remember? Yep, it's intended to cause a cut. Yeah, Ali was good at that. Corner man. A coach, cut man, or person responsible for tending to a fighter between rounds. Okay? You know, like I showed you the chief second. Chief second is also one of the cornermen, right? Okay. I went backwards. But that's a cornerman right there, too. And the chief second. Yeah, I went the wrong way. Okay. Next is counterpunch. This is any punch that is thrown in return or comes back as a response to an offensive move. Okay, it doesn't have to be after the punch, just as a response to an offensive move. That would be a punch, right? Cover up. This is a defensive move employed by a fighter to avoid getting hit. He or she simply hides beneath and behind their gloves to avoid direct contact from an offensive attack. Cross, a power punch thrown with the rear hand and travels across the fighter's body. Yeah, we went over that too, remember? The cross. Cruiserweight. Professional boxing competition is divided into weight divisions in order to provide more level playing field. Any boxer weighing 200 pounds or less can compete in and is classified as a cruiserweight. Cut man. There's a cut. You don't know what's happened. Oh, that's clinch. Yeah, I went back. I forgot I went back. There's a cut man right there. Cut man. The individual in the corner who is responsible for controlling any cuts, abrasions, or swelling that could negatively impact the fighter's ability to perform or continue to fight. Okay? Cutting off the ring. This is a technique that involves limiting an opponent's movement by stepping side to side, not allowing him to move freely around the ring. Okay? Let's take a break. Trying to win y'all some prizes, man.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the go. How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $JBT Network 1. That's $JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Kenichi Bear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT Network One. $10 each or 3 for $25. Put raffle on the comment line and you are entered.
You in there. That's all you got to do. $10 or get that block of 25. You in like Flint. Okay. Decision. Excuse me. Decision is the verdict rendered by the ringside judges who determine the winner of the fight. This typically occurs at the conclusion of the contest, but can also take place if a foul, accidental butt, or type of injury takes place and the scorecards had to be referenced before, the number of rounds has been reached. Don't have to always be at the end of the fight when you go to the cards, right? Disqualification. This occurs when one boxer commits too many fouls or flagrant rule violations and is subsequently deemed unfit to continue. Okay? He automatically loses the fight. Dive. This is when one fighter purposely goes down for the count or pretends to be knocked out. Okay? Down and out. Okay, he's down and out. A common boxing phrase used for when one boxer is knocked down and fails to get up before the referee reaches the mandatory count of 10. That guy's down and out, right? Ain't he? Yeah. He's the poster child for down and out. I don't even think the referee would have to count there. He's asleep. He's asleep. Draw. When all judges' scores are tallied and the rounds are all scored close, exactly the same, or balance each other out, the fight is determined even with no winner declared. If it's a title fight, the champion keeps his belt. Duck. Dropping your weight down and under a punch to avoid being hit by it. Oh, I thought they was talking about the type of ducking Canelo does. Dropping your weight down and under a punch to avoid being hit by it. Or avoiding another fighter. I made that part up, yeah. I should have just put Canelo picture up there. 8 count. When one fighter is knocked down or in trouble of being stopped, a referee can administer a count of 8 to give the fighter time to recover, or so that he can better assess the situation. Yep. Inswell. A tool used by the cut man in a boxer's corner to reduce swelling and stop bleeding. It is typically made of stainless steel that is cooled by placing on ice. It is then applied with slight pressure to the injured area to constrict the capillaries and slow blood flow. Can y'all hear her? What the fuck is going on out there, man? I'm starting to get mad there. Do them on the damn air. See, arguing with them about something going on at their house. Now, come on, man, stop it. Let them take care of that. Our kids are grown, man. 30 and 31 years old. But anyway, I'm sorry. You know I'm online. I don't know why she keep yelling like that. It is then applied with slight pressure to the injured area to constrict the capillaries and slow blood flow, bruising or swelling. Faded. Usually refers to a fighter who runs out of gas in the latter rounds, or who overall, in terms of his boxing career, is no longer performing at his best. Okay? A feint. Faking or feinting a punch is used to make an opponent unnecessarily react or to gauge his response so that it throws him off his game or makes him commit to a false move. Yeah, I'm old. My children almost older than some of y'all in here, right? 30 and 31, yeah. Fisticuffs, a term used in the early 1600s, combining the words fist and cuff. or blow. It was commonly used in reference to two men engaging in hand-to-hand combat. Fisticuff. I've been in some of them in my day, out in the street. Flash knockdown. This typically describes a quick knockdown or brief trip to the canvas, where the fighter that goes down was only temporarily caught off guard or rocked, but suffered no significant damage. Foul. To break one of boxing's rules, which can ultimately lead to point deduction if they are repeated. Now, fringe contender. This usually refers to a lesser known or low-ranking fighter who is about to break into the higher rankings, but doesn't typically pose that much of a threat. Gate. This is the amount of money generated on site from the sale of tickets. Gatekeeper. Term used to describe a fighter who is not a threat to be championed, but opponents can establish themselves as a legitimate contender by beating him. Okay, that's a gatekeeper. Yep, that is a gatekeeper. The difference between a gatekeeper and a journeyman, I'm gonna come to that. Get off. This refers to a fighter's ability to let his hands go or throw uninhibited to mount an effective offensive attack. Okay. This next one, glass jaw. Sorry, Amir Khan. Glass jaw. A negative term used to describe a fighter who can't take a punch, who gets knocked out easily, or has a questionable chin. And that's Amir Khan up there on the screen, glass jaw. Right? Yeah, that's Amir. Go the distance. To fight to the final bell or the duration of an entire fight. Yep, go the distance. Go to the body. An offensive strategy focused on attacking the midsection or abdominal region, as opposed to concentrating on the head as a fighter's target. Go to the cards. Yeah, we got some terms that mean the same thing. Like body work, go to the body. Go to the cards. An occurrence where neither fighter is knocked out or stopped. The decision as to who wins the fight is made by assigned judges who have scored each round as the fight has progressed. We got O'Shaquie and Conceição coming back up too. Conceição said we're not going to need judges this time. He said ain't going to no cards. Governing body, like the alphabet groups. The organization who dictates the rules of each fight and sanctions or approves fights. Groin protector. Groin protector. A type of protective gear that is typically made of fabric and foam and fits around a fighter's waist to protect his hips, upper abdomen, and groin area to guard against punches that accidentally land below the belt. Hand wraps. Hand wraps. In order to protect their fists in training and sparring, fighters wrap their hands in tape, gauze, or cotton bandages that have specifically been designed for boxing. A haymaker. A desperation punch thrown with full force and with the intent to knock an opponent out. A headbutt. When two fighters' heads collide or come together, this occasionally happens by accident or is sometimes employed as a blatant foul. Head hunting, a term used to describe a boxer who focuses most of his attention on striking his opponent on the face and head, thereby ignoring body work. The heavyweight. Professional boxing competitions, divided into levels, right? Any boxer weighing over 200 pounds classified as a heavyweight. A hook. This punch is thrown with the lead or front hand and is delivered in a semicircular pattern. The hook is executed by leading with your front hand, bringing your elbow up, and rotating the front side of your body in a similar motion as slamming a door. It is meant to reach beyond your opponent's guard and make contact with the side of his head or chin, right? And it's important to get your legs into that because the power comes from down low. Comes from your feet to your legs, to your body, to your arms, to your fists, to your opponent's head or body. Infighting. Infighting. This is also called inside fighting or exchanging punches at close range. Right? Infighting. See something right quick. Be right with you. That didn't change. I don't know what. Oh, I know what's happening. I never removed that from the screen. And I knew something. I was wondering what was going on. I still had the video on there, but I'm leaving up there. Yeah, something wasn't looking right. The video stopped, but I never removed it. Told y'all me and this technology. But infighting, yeah. The jab. The jab is a punch that is thrown with your front hand and delivered straight at your opponent. It should be the centerpiece of any boxing offense. Now here's the journeyman, right? Journeyman. This is a term that means a fighter who is always in the game, but not typically in title contention. A journeyman is used by up-and-coming fighters to test their skills and, in many cases, gain a recognizable win over a name on their record. Journeymen are constantly on their own journey, never arriving, and part of a future champion's journey to notoriety. Okay? Journeyman. Yep. Okay. Where am I going here? I'm going up on the screen and down on here. Kidney punch. That's what I was talking about. When an opponent is struck and falls to the ring floor, or when his glove, kidney punch. This is an illegal blow thrown at an opponent's lower back, usually while in a clinch or as a counter punch. But you can't hit him in the kidney, but kidney punch is illegal. Thrown at because you get them in the back. Okay. They don't call when you catch him in the kidney a kidney punch. Crazy. Yeah, right. Infighting. Jab. Okay. Knockout. If a fighter is rendered unconscious, cannot stand after being knocked down, or is unable to continue for any reason under their physical control by the count of 10, he or she would be considered knocked out and loses the contest. Yeah, we're going to drop the link in 10 minutes. Lead right. A lead right is delivered in place of a lead jab, but it's harder to execute because it has to travel across the distance of a fighter's body to land. So it has to be thrown quickly and catch an opponent off guard. Okay, let's move ahead. What's next? Come out. Okay. What is a mouse? Okay, got a before and after here. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. The left is before the fight, the right is after the fight. And the mouse is a bump or isolated area of swelling on a fighter's face. See the before and the after? Mm-hmm. Mouth guard. A few more, then we're going to cut it short and put the link in. Mouth guard is just a piece of protective equipment that is constructed of a dense rubber material molded to a fighter's mouth to protect his teeth, gums, and jaw from injury. Okay? On the ropes. There's Ali on the ropes. Whether purposely as a defensive technique or he is forced to fight from his position by a more aggressive opponent. A fighter who lays against the ring ropes is considered on the ropes. The peekaboo. There's a peekaboo. This style of fighting was attributed to legendary trainer Cus D'Amato and involved placing your hands high in front of your face, providing a lot of angles to confuse your opponent, and moving your upper torso rapidly from side to side. Mike Tyson was famous for employing this type of style, the old peekaboo. Okay, winding down. The promoter. There's a couple of promoters right there. Promoter is, it's got a couple more. We'll put the link in there to take it on out. We're going to have a lot of time for the link today. Used in many forms of entertainment, but in relation to boxing, the term refers to an individual or entity that arranges boxing matches. This typically includes paying everyone involved, obtaining the necessary licensing, advertising the event, ticket sales, securing a venue to stage the event, assuming all financial risks in nearly every facet of organizing the content. I was going to do a show one time on making a fight from the beginning to the end, man. It was just so much I couldn't even do it. And I don't know how promoters make money, man. They got, it's a lot. And I didn't even know how promoters make money. You know, it's a lot. And there's some punch mitts. Punch mitts are just, a pair of foam pads that a boxing trainer wears on his hands to provide moving targets for his boxing. These pads are used to mimic an opponent's movement, to practice specific punches and combinations, and develop specific boxing skills. Okay. The purse. The purse is the amount of money a boxer earns or is being paid to fight. Two more. Southpaw. You know, Southpaw is just a, left-handed boxer. Okay, now I'm gonna drop the link in. We got a lot of link time today. Your southpaw is just slang for a left-handed fighter or someone who is left-hand dominated. And the last but not least is the old uppercut. Know what an uppercut is? Uppercut is a punch thrown in an upward fashion up the middle of a fighter's guard, intended to make impact on the point of his chin. It is delivered from a crouched position with your hands up, and as you twist your right upper torso, you extend your hand out and up slightly to make contact. This can be thrown with either hand. Okay. So now we're going to get a lot of link time today. Where you at, T Hill? Okay. Lot of linkage today. So by 4 o'clock, we've been covered everything and get on up out of here because Just Do Boxing will be coming in at 4 p.m. Okay. And tomorrow is Kansas. And found a nice sort of boxing history in Kansas City. Yeah, remember Jess Willard is from Kansas. Remember earlier in the week I was wondering, the big giant Jess Willard, he is from Kansas. And so he will be a part of Boxers from Kansas tomorrow when we get to that segment of the show. You have history of boxing in Kansas, boxing in the States, Kansas. History, some other significant events that occurred concerning boxing in that state, and boxers from Kansas, yeah. Okay, let me get this link in. Okay. How's everybody today? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Can't get to my chat. There it is. What the lights look like? Oh, still got 20. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get this link right. Today is the 18th, right? Yeah. Gonna be right on the first try today. All right. 5 cards this weekend. Isn't that something? We are going to be busy. The big one is AJ and Daniel D over there in the UK. Oh man, don't worry about that. In my big finger. Yep. Jaime Munguia is back in the ring for his first fight since losing his O. He came out of that Oscar protection program and got beat. His first fight out of the protection program, he got beat. Same thing happened. Well, he didn't get beat as bad as Zerto did. Bivol beat shit out of him when he came out. But Jaime, he got dropped by Canelo. No one expected him to beat Canelo. I know I didn't. Oscar knew it. But Oscar said, yeah, Jaime, go ahead and get that money. Now everybody talking about Berlanga can beat everybody at super middleweight except Canelo, just because he fought Canelo. He's the same Berlanga, just with a Canelo fight under his belt. Now he's the baddest thing at super middleweight all of a sudden. That's crazy how that comes around. Oh no, I know that one wasn't. I wasn't ready that time, T Hill. No, don't worry. Don't hit that. I wasn't ready. I knew that wasn't right. This one is though. If this one ain't right, I'm going off the air forever. This will be my last show. If this link ain't right, this is my last show. Okay? Now tell me that one ain't right. I told you. See? I know what I'm doing. I told you that one was right, T Hill, didn't I?
What I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Cat. Shoot.
The last one.
You out there half stepping.
Yeah. What's happening?
Oh man, you call it. You tell me. You got the best, man. Let me know what we do.
Cat was corner today. Ooh, I enjoyed that.
Oh,
wow.
Well, you gotta always recognize that when you get casualized, you're gonna get in the mood, man. Because the content is fire, the production is A1, and on top of that, you're gonna learn you a little something. You're gonna see you something that was exciting as well too. And
no doubt,
like you said, man, shout out to Kenny Ellis, man, for the reference.
Okay.
For that fight. That fight was amazing.
Kenny gave y'all that one. Okay.
Yeah, he always drops some gems on fights that you need to check out because of the action. But I want to say this, man. I know somebody always, BBO, if he listening, he always say tie things back to Tank. I'm going to talk about them two trainers, especially Kenny in particular, man. The man knows boxing at a high clip, a high level. He's seen so much boxing. He done seen the corner work in the boxing, man. The man knows how to.
He's a genius.
Exactly. And you know, those old school fights, man, you see a lot of stuff that you very rarely see in today's fights.
Hey, Tio, you remember after the Ryan fight, Kenny put this video out, him and Tank was working on the move where Ryan got knocked down in that second round?
Yeah.
This was after the fight. They showed the video before the fight where they was working on that very move, man. Remember?
Yeah.
The exact thing that happened.
And if you check every single fight, you'll see how the fight ended was how they trained on, man. They know they didn't seen a lot of styles and fights like that style in particular. Yeah. Shout out Big Train, my man Tim Layton. He said that
Tim is in here. I didn't know that.
Oh no. He just said in the casual corner that style was reminiscent of Tyson with the movement.
Yeah, I remember he said that. Yeah.
But you know, also Evander Holyfield employed that style as well too.
I forget. You know what I'm talking about Hard Rock?
Yeah, Hard Rock, my main man.
He reminded me of Smoking Joe a little bit too. He did a little bob.
Well, Joe employed that. Yeah, Joe employed it as well too. Mm-hmm. And if you go back through the annals of time, you'll see a lot of people employ that.
Yeah.
It's just that Tyson's was he was a more physically gifted athlete than them. Right. So his movements were quicker, they were sharper, and they had more explosion. Mm-hmm. So it was difficult. Like people say Pitbull does that. Pitbull does do it, but his is not as quick or explosive as Mike, and he can't jump cut like Mike could. Mike jump cut was amazing. So, but you pick up from that and you implement that into your fighter, and you also train against. That's why I was asking, like one time when he was on the Rise, man, I asked him like, "Yo, really, do you guys train for a knockdown? In an unlikely event, it should happen." Because when you get knocked down, man, there's a way to accommodate yourself in a knockdown where you don't spin yourself trying to get back up. And a lot of people don't do it, man. They try to rush back up.
That's why you don't jump right back up, you know?
And then when you get back up, if you still woozy, there's some things you got to do to make sure you can survive and last.
But, man, you got knocked down. You got 10 seconds. Use them. At least use 8 of them. You're already down there. You might as well use them, right?
Yeah, I think when you're going from 7 to 8, that's when you should probably be trying to get yourself up to your feet, because you don't want them to try to cancel you out, because they will do that too.
You don't want to jump up at no 2 or 3 like some of them do. Need like jump right back
up. Like Zab. Zab was
your time, man. You got it. You down there. You might as well use it.
Yeah, Zab Judah like
start getting up. You can get up by 10. You know.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely correct, and I think that like more people should go over stuff like that in training, because man, you're blocking. There's a chance you might get hit with something you didn't even see, and it can have an adverse effect on you. You might go down. You might even be disoriented. But there's a way to go through that, navigate that time to get yourself back to recover.
Yeah.
So they need to implement what you got to do. Now the thing is, how do they simulate the disorient?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Effect of a knockdown. You can't. No, the only thing that I really could say is maybe be super fatigued or slightly dehydrated when you're going through the training, and at that point, like when you're at your most fatigue and dehydration, and you start noticing your fighter being a little bit like wobbly or not on their feet standing, maybe go through it then. But that's the thing; it's kind of hard to replicate that.
That would be the closest thing to doing it, though. Yeah, something like that.
But things are muscle memory, so I would work on if you getting off the canvas. I would tell them, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and this is where we're gonna go when we get off the canvas. Because little things you can do, like you can get off the canvas and back up to the ropes. That the referee got to come to you. Then he's going to ask you to come to him. Then he's going to ask you to move side to side. Then he's going to shake off your gloves and clear you. You try to create as much time as possible.
Yeah.
While you're up against them ropes, you lean on them ropes.
If you don't do those movements right, that could lose you the fight. So you should go
You're
over that.
absolutely right. You absolutely right. See, the professor even agrees with you, Kaz. You get up at 7.
Booker said 7. Yeah.
You don't rush to get up.
Right.
And you don't wait till 8 to get up because they'll 9-10 you in a heartbeat.
You're already down there. You might as well use your time. You've been knocked down, right? So
yeah, because you know I want to say that, you know, the infamous example of the 9-10 or the count out was freaking Mildred Taylor. Mildred Taylor got up at 8. He started to get up at 8.
I know.
And he got up all the way, but he got that 9-10. He got that 9-10 because he just didn't look right. Nah, man, you let that man go. He had 1 second.
And they was looking for a reason to cheat him anyway. He gave him the opportunity to do it. You know. Yeah, it was going to be hard for them to give Chavez that fight, but they were going to give him that fight. Trust and believe. And somehow, somewhere, they were going to give it to him. Yeah. But you know, he was afforded that chance because, you know. Yeah. But he shouldn't have stopped it then, man. What if damage? How much more damage could he do in the last second of the fight? I put you like this: in that fight we just saw today, if they didn't stop it when Mugabe was on bended, almost on wobbly legs like that, would have been stopped nowadays. Yeah. Nowadays that's stopped because he was getting. I mean, not only was he on wobbly legs and he not defend himself. Yeah. Yeah. He was getting hit with I mean, solid punches. Everything was flush. Everything was clean, and they were landing. They say nowadays, T. Hill not fighting back. He wasn't throwing nothing back. Yeah, nothing back was coming. So the referee let it go, and he ended up winning. See that? He ended up winning. Yeah. That 9-10 you in a heartbeat out, Boogie. You ain't never lied. And that's the thing that a lot of fighters mistake. They make it either trying to get up at when they hit 8, or before they even get to freaking 4. They'll try to get up. I mean, you shouldn't be doing that. No, because the example of not getting up early is always going to be Zab Judah. Judah would have just stayed on that canvas, got up at 7. He wouldn't have came up. He would have got back up, man. Because you could see once he realized the fight was over, he no longer disoriented. Yep. He not stumbling, nothing. Now he's like, yo, what the fudge? Why you stopping the fight? I'm up. So if he would have waited, he would have got up like that. He would have never fall back down or none of that, you know. Yeah, it's like you know? It's like when you done took too many to the head at that bar and you try to get off that stool. As soon as you touch that ground, you wobble. I've seen the best of them wobble like that. And when he got up, that's what happened. As soon as he hit his foot, he started wobbling because he wasn't ready to get up. No, he wasn't. And then it cost him his fight. He jumped up immediately, like hit the mat, like bounced right back up there. But he should have. Man, the way he got up, bro, it was like he pointed back, like, did this nigga just knock me out? Yeah, I'll never forget that, man. But I feel like, you know, he did a major disservice to himself, and the way he looked, I don't blame the ref for wanting not to let that fight continue. Yeah, because it looked like he wouldn't been able to defend himself. I know. And if you can't protect yourself, then why is the ref gonna let it go? He's not, because he got up too fast. Yep. So you know, and I hated that, man, because I was going for jab. I loved me some Zab Judah, Super Judah. But I mean, he made the mistake, bro, and that's what I'm saying. Your pride got to sink in at some times and be checked, because. You've been knocked nothing down. Wrong. There's nothing wrong. For sure, it's nothing wrong with getting knocked down, bro. It's boxing. So I seen Muhammad Ali get knocked down. If Muhammad Ali can get knocked down, then anybody can get knocked down at any point in the career. When Joe Frazier knocked him down, Ali laid there. He didn't jump right back up. Nah, never. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He raised up on one elbow and just looked. And then he got up. Even if there's never been like a secret way of training for that moment, you got the film work that shows you how to do it. I seen Muhammad Ali take a punch from Joe Frazier that would have knocked a horse out. Man, that man got back up. He didn't rush to get up, but he got back up. And then when he got up, he went and walked. He kind of like let his momentum carry him to the ropes. He got extra time. Like, I don't understand why people don't employ this.
nowadays when you get knocked down. Just like when you take a punch and you see yourself about to get in spark, take a knee. Take a knee. Don't avoid it. I seen Fundora do that.
Yeah.
Fundora in that fight with the Hammer, Lubin, Erickson Lubin.
Lubin, yeah.
Man, he got hit with a good shot, man. He didn't want to take no more punishment. He went and took a knee.
That don't end the fight. Nothing wrong with it.
Because you see what happened. He composed himself. He recuperated. Then he got up and then he stopped the fight.
Yeah.
Where they had the fight stopped.
Yeah.
So, I think that's one of the things that boxers can do to help themselves in moments like that.
In training and stuff too. That would help. I don't know if they do or not, but they need to,
I think that should be something that they try to highlight and try to talk about. Like I said, even if it's just muscle memory, just having them get themselves off the ground.
So it come
fall into the ground, staying on the ground, then getting up, so that whenever it should happen, it'll be like muscle memory, and they'll just know, hey, let me take my time.
Actually counting, and all that, simulate a knockdown. So at 7, start getting up.
Packs out, Booger. That's an all-time classic, man. I'll never forget that moment, man.
It was crazy. Yeah.
I was hurt, but I mean, it was funny at the same time, bro. Just like I was at work the other night, man. I took a spill. I dropped something hit me in the face. It hurt like heck, but it was funny, man, because I was laughing. I was like, yo, dog, what's going on?
When somebody fall, you make sure they're okay first, then you can laugh at them. As long as you make sure they're okay first.
Yeah, I had people trying to help me. I'm like, no. I got to stay here. I got to relish in this moment. I just can't get up too quick. Make sure my stuff together.
Man, we got 5 cards this weekend, T-Hill. 5 of them. 3 Fridays. 5 of them. 2 Saturdays.
5 of them. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of action.
AJ fight, T-Hill.
AJ?
Yeah.
Triple D? Well, I believe. This is what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I believe if it ends in knockout, more likely it will be Joshua, but I think both of them can end the fight in knockout.
Yeah, I think Daniel looked good his last one.
Yeah, Daniel was good, man. Like I say, hey, I had to take that standing 8 out, Woods. I couldn't mess around with it because if I fell back again, well, they probably would have sent me home. They would have packed me up and sent me to the dang place where they get examined.
You've been like Zab, you went back down again.
Yeah, hey, or stumble around till I found my ground, and they would have been like, hey, bro, like you got to go. But no, I think that boxing, in that fight with Usyk, man. I know Ant disagrees with me, but until the point where he got the knockdown, Usyk was not winning the boxing match. Daniel Dubois surprisingly was winning the boxing. I'm talking about just the skill set of boxing. He was getting outboxed by Dubois. The punch happened. He got the butt. Now, this was a knockdown by all accounts. That was a fair shot. That shot was
lost that.
Huh?
I got an asterisk by that fight because Usyk lost.
Oh, most definitely.
Fight should not. Usyk don't get no credit for me because he lost that fight, man. The referee.
Man, Usyk had the trunks up high. He always has the trunks up high.
From that. He was not going to recover.
And the punch landed on the part of the belt line where it touches skin and it touches the belt, the fabric. How was that not a legal punch? My man went down, and when he went down, he grabbed himself. Not one time. When you react to a low blow, or you've ever got hit in them jewels, there's a reaction that you do. You curl up and you start twisting and turning from side to side, holding your jewels.
That's right.
That man didn't do. He did what happened when I was playing football and I landed on the ball and it knocked the wind out of me. He was reacting to that where you can't breathe and you in pain because that stuff shooting all the way down to your toes.
He recovered in no 10 seconds neither, T-Hill. That fight was over.
No. The thing that you saw play out for a good, because for me, when I got the wind knocked out of me, I couldn't move for 2 minutes. I said, because he was on that ground. He was on that ground for 5. He was on that ground for 5.
The whole time.
And then they let him get up and take even more time. Now, as a fighter, I know at that point in time I hit you with a good punch and I got robbed of a knockdown. I'm pissed. Where I lost it a little bit for Dubois. He quit in that moment, man. Like, he felt like he was robbed and, okay, well, that's it. Well, yeah, they trying to take it from you, but you still know he's weak to the body. Hit him some more. Hit him some more. Keep hitting him and then keep outboxing him like you were doing and go to it. Instead, he like checked out. He mentally checked out. You can't mentally
everything, you know. But he shouldn't have let that affect him like that. But you know, he probably
that's a fact,
man. You don't want to fight and then see that. You know, it wasn't a low blow, and then see that happen, man. And just take.
Yeah, I can understand being upset. Yeah. But you can't let it affect you.
The fight's still going on. It shouldn't have been, but it's still going on. So you got to keep fighting. You know,
you fight to the final bell. That's right. What you signed in for. That's what you trained for. You don't check out in the middle of the fight, and that's the only thing that I worry about Dubois, because that is like a wild pitch. Once you throw a wild pitch, they say he has one wild pitch.
Right.
So that means like that's in your repertoire. That's in your arsenal. It can happen at any time. And you can't have it happen against Anthony Joshua. Not when the stakes is high, because this is a unification match.
Yeah. And AJ been on top of his game, man. You know.
AJ has been, and Ben Davison been keeping him sharp. Ben Davison been sharp. Ben Davison watches that film. He watches their strengths. He watches their tendencies, and he makes a game plan to that. Then he knows his fighter. He knows what his fighter is capable of. What do you need to bring out in this fight to get the job done against what he does on a typical basis? So he's going against that.
And D Free from the winning team is in the building. Salute, gentlemen.
Hey, shout out to my brother from another mother, D Frizzle. I'm Mickey Fricky Nizzle. Shout out to that man. My man always does the every Thursday nights he does the matchup for the football.
Oh yeah, Sunday. I was in there Sunday. I was in there for a long while Sunday, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that brother know his sports.
After Ravens lost, I left. I got upset and left. I ain't watched no more football today, man.
Hey, Cass, special shout out to my brother being Boxing News, aka the pharmacist of the boxing game, where you go out there and get that proper prescription for all your good boxing talk. Check into him. Oh, my man Trump, the candidate. You know what I'm saying? We got him in there. We got Al Bugs, the professor, saying Louis Pabon was the dang referee that night. Yeah, that man right there. No, seriously, like for that Dubois Usyk fight.
Oh yeah, that Usyk fight.
He was the one that allowed that. Yeah, man. Usyk got serious home cooking in that fight, and on top of that, when scorecards, and when referees do stuff that's that egregious, when the card is that wrong, and when something like that is, I mean, that's what I believe instant replay need to be brought into the sport of boxing. And then on top of that,
I need some places, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I know they do in California.
Yeah,
I know they do in California.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Because that should have been. See, this is the thing. If you deem that a knockout, then you got to give Dubois you got to give him the match, because my man didn't get up for 5 minutes before he was allowed to get up and take the time that he was needed. The man had him on the mat for 5 minutes. Now, like I'm not 5 minutes. I'm sorry, for 2 minutes. The other 3 was because he was doing the showboating, trying to sell it off as like it was a low blow and he was at home. And then they let him get up and take the full. How many minutes you get?
I don't know how many he got, about 10 or something.
Yeah, but it all took about 10 minutes in totality. So, that also kind of frustrated him. Like, yo, why? Because he knows he's in his hometown. Like, why is this taking place? And why are you calling that shot that clearly touched belly? Like, not only did it touch fabric, it touched belly. How's that out? Low blow.
I thought it was legal. They need instant replay. What was Virgil?
5 minutes. Al Booker said 5 minutes. So like he was on the ground for 10. So like that's right, Al Booker, because it was 10 minutes. He was on for 2. He stood up for 3 before. I mean, he set up, not stood up. He sat up and was gesturing like he was hit to the jewels for 3 minutes, and then they gave him the 5 minutes. So he got 10 minutes. The fight was stalled for 10 minutes, like 9 to 10 minutes, because my man landed a well-placed, a well-timed body shot. I
thought you get 5, and then that's it. If you can't continue after 5, then the show's
over. Before the fight, he got the 5. When he stood up on his feet, he was given 5. He took the 5.
To continue, or
he took the 5. You notice most boxers don't take that long. He took the 5 because he knew he got hit with He knew he got hit with that thing.
Yeah,
he got hit with that thing, and he knew he should have been counted out.
Yeah, he should have.
But that being
Vergil Ortiz, who did he fight? The good fight we just had, like fight of the year. The guy from, was he from Ukraine? No. The last fight Vergil fought.
Was it Boachek?
Yeah, where was that fight at? Because they used instant replay in that, remember? That first time, what's the name called it, a slip, then they changed it.
Oh, it probably was Cali then.
Was it California?
It probably was Cali.
I know they used instant replay in it. Remember?
Yeah, Bug, you was at that fight, right, Booger?
No, that was that the last no, that was the one. Was that the Bud fight? Bud and what's Majimo called?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah,
I think that's what.
Yeah, that's the one. That was California. You're right. That was California. Yeah. Right, because they was the co-main one to Vergil and Boachek. Because they wanted to put him and Bud on that same card because Turki Al-Sheikh wanted that bad. I think it was.
Yeah, look at what Booger just said though. Like that pretty much sums up that whole fight.
Yeah.
He said the fight was weird.
Was that Vergil Ortiz on that card you went to, Al Booger? I'm not sure now. Yeah. That was it. It was the co-main, right? Vergil and Boachek was on that card too, right? I believe. I don't know. T Hill. I know Cali was Bud and Majimo. I think Vergil and Boachek.
Well, Vergil Ortiz could be fighting in San Antonio too. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he from that area.
Because that wasn't Riyadh season. Turki Al-Sheikh was just there. Remember? That was something else.
Okay.
I know they did.
But Al Booger said that he's. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bud and Majimo. I knew they did an instant replay on that Vergil and Boachek fight because remember, what's that old referee? He did Ryan and Devin's fight. He called a slip. I think it was the first or second round. They took a couple.
Oh, there were 2 slips that they called up in that fight with Devin and Ryan Garcia. That was actually knockdowns.
Yeah, it's the replay. I don't know where that was at.
Oh, Vergil was in Vegas. He said it was in Vegas. Yeah,
so they got it in Vegas too then. It should be all around, you know?
No, it should be universal. It definitely should. Matter of fact, I will stay on this since we're talking about the things that need to change in boxing. I think nutrition and supplementation that fighters can have in their system need to be universal.
Yeah.
I think that gloves need to be checked prior to the fight and then kept by the sanctioning bodies at a location that's separate and apart where they can get to, so that if anything goes wrong, it had to be the sanctioning body at fault. I think that there should be either elevated like stanchions for the judges to sit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or
they looking up. Looking down would be better than looking up where they sitting on side the ring looking at it, you know? Because they down below the fighters. That's a good one, yeah.
Or they need to have in press boxes or elevated views, judges there. Yeah. Judges there so that to supersede what the people that's sitting at a lower vantage point see when it's obvious.
Because they sitting down at the apron level, you know?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think that there needs to be a counter that's visual, that's above the ring when people suffer knockdowns, and I think it need to be in conjunction with the counter that's seated at the actual timer, the timer at the boxing match.
The big one, the scoring round by round, and the fans should see it after every round. Remember, we talked about that one. Like all other sports, after every round, let us know the score. You know, you dropped off to him. That's a big one for me though. Like football, basketball, baseball, you know the score the entire game. Why can't we do that in boxing? Why we gotta wait till the end? We should know the score as the thing going on.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like Booger said, and like you said, first and foremost, that score need to be posted, and it need to be posted on the dang screen above everything else. Everybody scoring, and then on top of that, they need to have separate judges seated also in a great vantage point, whether it's in the media, like Al Booger said, to validate cause. Like if they ain't in agreement, then you know, if it ain't close, I should say, not in agreement, but if it's not similar or somewhere close, then like, hey, somebody who's got a odd looking card, it gets tossed and we put it in somebody else's up in it.
Yeah. Right, because some of them judges.
The same referee, huh?
Some of them judges are obvious cheating, man.
Harvey Doc, boy.
Harvey Doc just be in too many controversies, man. You know,
see, that's what I'm saying, and there needs to be penalty for that. Like, you don't get your pay, and you get suspended because you can't. You're there to ensure that the fight maintains flow. You're not there to impact the decision of a fight.
Yeah.
The only time you ever have an impact on the decision of a fight when the fighter can't protect himself.
Yeah.
The fighter's doing something that's blatantly against the rules. Then you step in.
Like a referee gets so many instant replays they have to look at, then you get pulled up, penalized or something. Like 3 instant replays.
Exactly. Like a strike system.
You see that. You shouldn't have to
like a strike system, yeah.
Yeah, this replay is good, but you shouldn't have to need it. You right there in the ring with them, man. Come on now. Why does this same referee we keep have to reviewing your calls all the time?
Also, I think that, you know, and this might be a little tentative too, because like Booger said, like sometimes referees look like they on the take.
Mm-hmm. They are.
But they used to score the fight. You know what I'm saying? And they see the fight better than any other judge at the vantage point that they have. So,
yeah,
you know, when there's some nonsense, the judge the referee should be able to come in there and say like, nah, that card right there not right, man. I was in the action and this is what took place.
Yeah, that is a good point. He should be able to override, you know.
But as Al Booger has once said, it's too much money changing hands in boxing.
Yeah.
For these things to change.
Because, you know, like something totally ridiculous like O'Shaquie and Conceição, that's when the referee should be able to step in and say like, no, that ain't right, man, you know.
So I agree that O'Shaquie won the fight from a boxing standpoint, but this is where I have a problem with O'Shaquie. He coasted the last 3 or 4 rounds. You can't coast in the fight.
Wasn't doing nothing either, though. What was
I understand, but he was. You know, my thing is never mistake activity for achievement. But if there is no activity coming from the other fighter, and you have activity coming from one fighter, it can look like this fighter was doing something when maybe he really wasn't. Right. And then there's the fact that he's not been blessed with the corporate complexion. And you best believe the look of a fighter also plays into the decisions that get taken.
You know that. Yeah. It's
so
yeah.
You can't give them a reason to use what they really want to do against you.
That's right.
Yeah. So that
is right.
I think this rematch, you're gonna see Shaq, the shock man, go over there and actually put that shock factor in.
Shaq already said they don't need to assign no judges to the fight. He said we ain't gonna need no judges this time. He already said that.
Hey, shout out to my man Ant McQueen, aka the Casuals Cornerless.
When is that fight album? What's up, Ant? Casuals Corner. Shaq and Conceição. When is the rematch? I know they got it scheduled. Do you know?
Yeah, Al Booker going to the fight.
Oh, he is? To Shaq and
I believe he said he's gonna try to go to it.
Where is it?
So,
it was Vegas.
That I don't know. He just said
last time, I think it was Vegas, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, probably back.
But I mean, I think that
probably back there.
The next time you see them fight, he's gonna make certain this time that he closes the deal. But you know what time it is there. It's done past the 1 o'clock hour. You know, the voice. Yeah.
God, damn.
I tell you, man, we when we talk this thing, man, we could talk about like today in the casuals. That time, go ahead.
2 minutes ago, it was 10 minutes to 4.
I know, just felt like that, didn't it? But that's the passion that's in this sport, man. You know, right. it can make time fly. It can pass the time real quick when you talk, especially when you talk about boxing and the things that plague it.
Yeah, but what else you got for us here before we wrap it on up then again?
Oh no, just, you know, we got the great brother Just Do Boxing.
Oh yeah,
coming up
right now.
We had an excellent show here from the Box Story and Cash Sports.
Oh, we appreciate you, T.
Giving you nothing but that good boxing lesson.
Got some hard acts to follow, man.
Oh yeah, you know, we just got through seeing Bank and Jake.
Yeah, Remo, Bank and Jake.
Remo, Casuals Corner, JBT on fire. And don't forget, you got that good brother BBO.
Yeah.
The Vibes podcast coming up.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for the Angry White Man every Friday. It's coming on at 10 p.m. Eastern Time.
It's Wednesday.
Also, very soon, the reaction, the fight breakdowns of BN Boxing News after fight.
Yeah, I think
Spotlight.
Yeah. But okay, T. We're gonna get ready to do it then.
Let us accommodate ourselves accordingly.
But I appreciate you, T. Hill.
Always, man. You know, it's always good wrapping up with you. We do this not just on a podcast, but on the phone as well too, man.
Yeah. Oh man, I told him that I'd call you to say something for like 2 minutes and we'd be on there for 2 hours, man.
Talking for days. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to my good brother Ann McQueen though, man. If you haven't checked out the Casuals Corner, if you haven't checked out the Casuals on Wednesdays, do yourself a favor and check in. You got Remo, who is the vision. We got Aunt McQueen, who is the value. When you put together the vision and the value, that's a great experience for your viewing pleasure. So
must see TV.
See, Kaz, that's why they pay you the big bucks. That's why they pay you the big bucks.
Woo, I enjoyed that Casuals Corner. That thing was off the chain, man, today.
Yeah, shout out to good brother Aunt McQueen. All right. Also, with Casuals Corner, I would be remiss if I did not mention my colleagues, Pound for Pound Boxing, and also Who Got Hands, my main man Ange. Shout out to them two good brothers too, man, because they when you think of a boxing ring, you got 4 corners, man, and you know we got one corner, we got the 2 white corners and the red and the blue. So you know what I'm saying? We got everything covered when you go to the casual corner and you get it casualized. But with that being the case, shout out to my good brother Cash Sports, the Box Story. Shout out to the chat. The chat is always undefeated, undisputed. And shout out to the JBT Network, where we get you good entertainment, things that you can view. We get you stuff that give you great sound and things you can hear. And if you ninjas get hungry, we got a Ninja air fryer that'll cook you some good food, man. Where can you go but to the JBT to get all this in one? My God. All right, then. Kaz, appreciate you, man. Fantastic job as always.
Appreciate you. All right, that's T. Hill. We're going to get on over here to Just Do. But I will be back tomorrow, Boxing in the States, 2 p.m. Because you know, if it's Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., it's the Box Story bringing you all that boxing history. Just Do Boxing, probably already in progress. Everybody have a great day. But you will see me somewhere, but we got like 3 or 4 more acts to go today. So I'll see y'all a little bit later. I'm out. Thanks, Brody. I didn't see you come in, Jane. Have a good one, everybody.